Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at events. Events are really useful when you need to do something, when something happens in your application. So for instance, if someone logs in or if they add something to, for instance, like a cart or make a payment, you can dispatch an event. And then in Nylo, we have listeners that then handle a piece of logical code that will obviously do something. So yeah, to get started, first head over to nylo.dev and download the project. And then you can head over to the docs and check out the event section. In this example, we've just got a login event and a logout event. And all I'm doing is passing in some data, for instance, like a token. And then in our actual event itself, then we're going to handle what happens with that data. So you can see I've got my events inside lib app events, and then inside here you have all the events that are in the application. To actually register an event, you need to head over to config, and then you have like an events.dart file, and you just need to make sure that the events that are here are also registered here too. So for instance, if I was to create a new event, and you'll see that appear here. And then to actually register that so that we can use it, we just need to say product event and product event like that. And that will just mean that we can use it in this way. So we can just call event, then call the event, and then pass in some data for the event and all the listeners to listen to. But yeah, in this example, we're just going to be using the login and also the logout example. When we log in, we're just going to pass in a token, which is this, just hello world. And for the logout, we're not going to pass any data. We're just going to obviously log out that user. So this is the default class for creating your events. And you can see it has a variable called listeners. And inside here, you just need to register any listeners that you want your event to have. So for instance, we have like a default one here, but if you had something that you wanted to just handle like a certain task or a piece of code, you could name it something like, say for like a Firebase analytics listener, and again, like do something in Firebase for this one. For this tutorial, I guess we'll just demo that it does print out Firebase, and to add and use that listener, we just need to add it to our listeners. So we just add Firebase and Firebase listener. That will register that listener to our event. So now both of these will be called with the same event data, and then we can obviously do something with it inside our handle method. So let's just rerun the app and just see what happens. So yeah, if we click login, you'll see the event was fired. I'll just do that one more time. You can see the events being fired. You can see the payload that we're getting. This is this piece of code here. And then you're also seeing that the Firebase one is also being called as well after that. And again, yeah, we could add, quite a few of these, as many as you want really. Obviously don't go too crazy. Hopefully that will give you an idea of just like the power really of using it. And this event will always be from whatever passed in the initial event call here. So again, you can see like how that's called. Just add your event as the generic for the event, and then just pass some data in. As for the logout one, you can see this one we're not actually passing any data in. So if I run this one, you'll see that the data comes in as null because we're not passing any data, but we're still able to execute some code to run. So that's kind of like an introduction to events, and hopefully you'll have some use cases for when you can use them, and just help organize your projects. But definitely check out the official docs on the nylo.dev page. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.